is going on, lads? Jack here, and welcome to episode 26 of The Road to Glory with FC United of Manchester. Things are going really well. You may remember, if you watched the previous episode, that we had a tough run of fixtures this month, and I am really pleased to say we maintained our unbeaten record. Looking straight at the fixtures, last episode we closed with the Welling United game, and I talked about how we had Stockport, who were first to play, Cambridge, who were 6th, Tamworth, who were 7th, I think, and Hereford, who were 3rd. So there was a few big games coming up, and we managed to win 5 out of the 6 games that we had in the league this month, which was a fantastic record. In those games we also got 4 clean sheets, so we had the Welling United game, which was a good win for us last episode, and then we went straight to Stockport, who were top of the league, and we got an unexpected 1-0 win. The game was pretty 50-50. They did have a bit more of the ball, and it wasn't in fact until the 89th minute that Billy Reid, the young attacking midfielder, the guy has been a beast this year, was able to convert a penalty, smash it into the top right corner, and that gave us a really unexpected win and really gave us some momentum for the rest of the month. We then went to Cambridge United, who were another strong team in this league. We were home this game. It was another game that was 50-50, and whereas this is a game that maybe at the start of the season we would have lost or, only drawn, we were able to get the win despite having slightly fewer chances than Cambridge. The goal came from John Carson, the young central midfielder from Northern Ireland. The guy's been a really good player for us so far. Henri on the right gets the ball in. Ball's only half cleared, and Carson's just there at the edge of in line with the penalty spot to bury that. So that was another good win for us, and then we went straight on to Tamworth. And this was a game that was on TV, and we played pretty well this game. Again, another game where we didn't have all the ball, we did create slightly more chances, but a game that, say, when the luck wasn't going our way, we may well have kind of just thrown away. Adam Evans got injured this month. He had actually started 111 league games consecutively for the club. Unfortunately for him, he suffered a twisted knee, and so George King, the third choice centre-back, had to come in and play. He's actually been taking up the captain's armband during, the play. The lack of Alex Evans, and he got man of the match this game. But the goal came here just on the stroke of half-time, really, just prior to half-time. We had a good kind of spell of the ball, just working it up, and then the crazy long shot. McDermott meant that. I swear he did. I swear he meant that. I say crosses never go in. That wasn't a cross. That was just an Xavi Alonso shot. It probably was a pass, but no, he meant that. I have faith in him. So no, that marked 4 games in a row that we'd won in. In every game we'd kept a clean sheet. Admittedly, 3 of the games had been 1-0 games that could have gone either way, but it was still important to get those wins. And then we had, the only points dropped this month, and these came against Kidderminster. They took the lead in the 14th minute. We were able to reply very quick soon after. And then we in fact took a 2-1 lead, and then they replied immediately, and it was 2-2 by half-time. Which it was a really odd game, really, because this was a game that we probably deserved to win, but we drew. Again, me talking about our bad luck, this was just a game where we didn't have the rub of the green. It's been something that's happened a lot. I'm pleased to say that we're on 14 league games unbeaten now, so I'm pretty happy that the worst of the team's form is behind them. We've played 29 games this season so far, and if we can win today's game against Macclesfield, who are just above us in the league, I believe. They may even be below us. I always get Macclesfield and Mansfield muddled up, and I think I have a Mansfield fan subscribed, so you're probably screaming at the top of your voice now. But we're playing well, and if we can get a win in that game, it'll mean that we've gone 15 games unbeaten, and so the second half of the season so far, if you divided it, because obviously 30 games, last 15 games unbeaten, it's like 50% of the season we've been unbeaten, which would be a really fantastic kind of thing to have. Doble's banged in a few more goals this month. He got 2 this game in this 2-2 draw, and he's been looking really sharp. But anyway, that was a good 2-2 result, and then we had to go to Hereford, who were 3rd away from home. This was never going to be an easy game, but Doble getting on the score sheet twice, Jerome Wright adding a 3rd to leave us 3-0 up with 10 minutes left. They replied with just 2 minutes left of regular time. However, too little too late, we held on for the win. We looked in control this game, really. We were playing the counter-attack philosophy, just drop the attacking midfielder in the centre that I normally play into. I guess a holding role anchorman, rejigged around the central midfield to, I guess, really crowd out the centre and nullify Hereford's attempts to push us back. And it really worked for us this game. You can see how we're building up from the back. Fairly direct play, the counter-attack tactic. Doble this time, turn of pace, just dribbles it, tidy finish into the roof of the net. And that was a really good assist as well. So that was 2-0 up midway through the first half, and we did, as I said, add a third through Jerome Wright, who's been playing well. Kirby, our first choice left winger, has been suffering long term of injury, but Wright there, really tidy finish. Doble, unselfish, could have really gone for a greedy hat-trick, but just laid it off, and Wright was really delighted with that goal, as you can see by the over-the-top celebrations. It was a little bit disappointing that we couldn't hold on for the clean sheet. Hereford here scoring in the 88th minute. It would have been nice to keep a clean sheet, but it's one of these things where we're on such a good run of form of late. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And a 3-1 win against the team who are third in the league is a fantastic result, nevertheless. Just a quick look at the league table so you can see where we are. We're now in 10th. We've actually got a lot of games in hand on teams around us. If we win our game in hand and Cambridge drop their game in hand, we will rocket, I guess, level on points with Kidderminster, who have actually played an extra game. So we are well in touching distance of the playoffs now. This terrific run of 14 games unbeaten and 5 wins in the last 6 has propelled us straight up the table, and really fantastic to see. And everyone at the club really wants to keep the momentum going. But anyway, let's get straight into today's game. I accidentally hit submit team when I hadn't sorted out the team because I failed, but Des Kelly's going to be making his debut in the centre-back. You may remember him as the 20-year-old Irish centre-back who I signed, and the transfer wasn't coming through until the end of his contract on the 1st of January. But anywho, let's get straight into today's game. You'll see there Brian Olivier, the former Barcelona youth team candidate and, in fact, first team player for a few matches. Has been playing really well for us. 15 appearances, 7.13 average rating, really good player. But let's get straight into today's game. Let's just tell the team to keep things going and just tell them to enjoy themselves. We've got, it's not going to be an easy game against Macclesfield, but it's a game that we should certainly be winning considering our run of form. So yeah, things are going well. I'm really optimistic now. I was a little bit worried when we were bottom of the league a few months ago. I did kind of always reiterate the fact that I felt the club was good enough. And wow, they've scored. Wow. And we dropped to 11th. That's not the plan. But no, as I was saying, I always thought this club and the team that I have had potential to really push on for a playoff spot this year, and it's good to see us finally reaching our potential. And where's York? What are you doing, you donkey? Where's York? I don't know. I paid 50k for him last season. He was an expensive transfer, and I don't feel like he's ever really, I guess, paid us back. And was that Kelly bashing it against the post on his debut? Unlucky by Des Kelly, the young Irish centre-back. Only a 5.8 rating. I say that, it goes straight up to 6.4 because average ratings are like that. So 1-0, that's disappointing. Let's get angry, aggressive. I just imagine like a manager turning into the Hulk and just shouting really angrily and turning green. Maybe that's just me. I think it is. Let's get up match facts. Why do I not have match facts up? That is like an essential bit of our thing. And I didn't want to click him. I'm sorry, but the assistant kind of advising overlaying with this is just stupid. Okay, we're not playing well here. Pause. I'm going to do some changes because we're definitely not playing well. Billy Reid is going to come on because he's a beast. Archie Love's had a pretty poor game, so I'm just going to bring on Henri. I don't think that's actually how you say his name, but I mean any guy with a H, an E, an R, and a Y who's French, you just have to call them Henri, even if they don't have an N. It's just like one of those things. But anyway, I'm not doing anything too much in the shape of, I guess, real tactical changes. Just a cheeky substitute, bringing on 2 very strong kind of players. Hopefully that additional strength will see us maybe create a few more chances with the last 10 minutes. And I've just realised we've been playing on counter for the entire thing. I am a derp. Does anyone else do that? I do that like literally all the time. But go on, Reid, the substitute. I don't care about the fact we were playing counter-attack because, wow, I can't believe that I failed that hard. I think everyone does that, to be fair, at some point. And a draw wouldn't be a bad result, all things considering, because 1-1 from 1-0 down. And it actually looks like we might have a chance here. Are we going to have a chance before the final whistle? McNair, get it in. I don't think I've ever had like a last minute goal whilst live comming. Ever. No. It's always just the pointless end of game replay. 1-1's not a bad result. It's one of these ones where I need to check where Macclesfield are in the league, actually. Where are they in the league? See, they're like next to us in terms of points, so it's not a bad result in the grand scheme of things. And actually looking around us, we've got 2 games in hand on Kidderminster. Those points dropped are leaving us slightly out of touching distance with the rest of the pack. We've actually got some games in hand, and if we were to win them, we'd still only be 13 points. Yeah, 13 points behind the leaders, even if Chester won. So in terms of the league table, it's all very close at the top. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Thank you for watching. It's been me, Jack. And yeah, I'll see you next episode, guys. Thanks for watching.